Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the BlackPearl attacks. Some of our clanmates have asked us to post videos on Gowipe. We know we've posted some in the past, but we thought we'd give you a refresher course on Gowipe, in particular what not to do and what to do. In the first video we are going to show you an attack by Waffles, and as part of this attack we're going to show you the things that you really shouldn't be the things you should be trying to avoid in a Gowipe attack. Now, these types of bases, these open design bases, are meant to lure your troops along the outside. By luring your troops along the outside, since the next closest structures are generally going to be these outer structures, it's going to keep their town hall safe. Now, the purpose of this little ring here, again, is just to put one space between the closest structures on the outside and the inside. And so to prevent that, you have to make sure you clear these outside compartments before you move in. If you don't clear an outside compartment, the next closest structures are going to generally be out and around, and what you're going to see is your P.E.K.K.A.s wander around the base and never get to the town hall, so it's just going to end up being a one-star attack. And so let's kind of watch what Waffles does here. Now, the first mistake Waffles makes is he drops his golems together. Now, he probably should have dropped a golem on this side and a golem on this side. By doing that, he could have taken out these outside structures, and he could have forced his P.E.K.K.A.s right into the middle there. By doing it this way, what you're going to see are these golems bunch up on that cannon. And so if they bunch up together, it's going to be difficult to get wizards on the outside and clear those outside structures. Alright, so the next mistake he makes here is, rather than spreading out the wizards, he bunches them in two clumps. You need to spread the wizards out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 behind the golems. And again, it's going to be difficult when you put the golems down together. Like I said, the golems should have probably been dropped here and should have been dropped here. If they would have been dropped, one would have gone to the archer tower, one would have gone to the wizard towers, and you can spread out those wizards behind there, and then you could have driven the P.E.K.K.A.s through that area. Now, the next mistake Waffles made is he didn't draw the clan castle. Now, this would have been an easy draw by dropping a giant in or even a hog. He could pull the dragon out to here, and then he could kill the dragon fairly easily. Now, the next mistake Waffles makes is dropping all of the wall breakers in clumps. Rather than dropping in clumps, just take your time, drop them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By dropping them consecutively, they're going to stand a chance of breaking walls a little bit better. Alright, so the next mistake is, now he's gotten pretty close to clearing out those structures. If you had waited a little bit longer to drop those P.E.K.K.A.s, there still would have been a chance they could have gone up the middle. But the timing he dropped them, the next closest structures are going to be that and that, rather than going towards that air defense. And so once they start on the outside path, the P.E.K.K.A.s are just going to continue along the outside, and then his heroes are going to wander around the outside this way. And this is just going to end up as a one-star attack. Now what we'll do is we'll watch another attack done by Jack to a similar design base. Again, a base with a lot of the structures on the outside. And we'll watch how Jack tries to solve that dilemma. Again, this will just end up being a one-star attack with the P.E.K.K.A.s wandering around the outside. Those are some pretty nice P.E.K.K.A.s, level 3 P.E.K.K.A.s. So. Alright, so let's find Jack's attack next. Alright, so again, a little bit different design, doesn't have that open ring around it, but again, there's a lot of outside structures. These outside structures are meant to pull your troops along the outside, just like in the last video. And so we'll watch how Jack kind of handles that outside structure. Now, Jack starts it off by dropping a giant. The whole purpose of this giant is to pull the clan castle. That's one thing Waffles didn't do, was pull the clan castle. Now the clan castle is pulled. Jack has a little archer over there to bring those clan troops into the corner. Now generally with clan troops you have to have some type of idea on how you're going to get rid of them. With dragons you're not going to be able to use a lightning or a poison. You're probably either going to have to carry a lot of archers or a lot of wizards to take care of it, or this strategy where you distract it with a golem or a giant and you put wizards behind there to take care of it. Now, Jack drops a second golem in there because often when you do that, the first golem's going to get fried. And I think Jack was probably hoping the second golem went that way, but no big deal. Notice the spread of the wizards, a very wide spread. Next closest structures are going to be here. And watch the use of that raid spell. Now here comes the wall breakers in one, two, three at a time. The heroes are all coming in. And so the next structure is there. And notice that raid spell. Almost every single troop used that raid spell. Now watch Jack get ready with his second raid spell. And again, almost all his troops have used that second raid spell. Those are real good deployments of those raid spells. Almost all the troops use those raid spells. The center of the bases are already gone. He's dropping some troops on the outside to clear out those outside structures. And the rest of his troops are driving right down the middle. Golem still on the outside. The golem's path that way and that way. So again, he protected those wizards, protected those witches with those golems as long as he possibly could. There's still a golem going. And what we'll see is a solid 3-star attack. All the defensive structures are gone at this point in time. And Jack wraps it up with a 3-star attack. And that is a very good way to do a Gowiwi in Jack's case. So we hope you enjoyed that episode and you've learned a little bit. Again, the keys are going to be make sure you spread out the golems, spread out the wizards behind him, draw out those clan troops. Once those outside structures, compartments are clear, then drop your heroes and your P.E.K.K.A.s to go up the middle rather than out along the edges. So if you have any questions, let us know. And we hope you enjoyed that episode. So until next time.